Hello everybody, it is Emery48 here, and today's video is on Star Wars Queen's Shadow. This book is broken up into parts, so we will have a separate video for each part, as I normally do when the videos separate into parts. This book is by E.K. Johnston. Now that's a name that I definitely recognize as having written some of these stories before. This Queen's Shadow novel is on the canon timeline. Takes place in 28 BBY, which is 1 year after Rogue Planet. I got this book for $7.99. Prologue. It's a flashback to the Phantom Menace when Sabe is the queen just before they get captured. Padmé gives her some reassuring words. Part 1. Chapter 1. Padmé and her handmaidens were with Panaka, his wife Mariek, and other guards at the Lake Country, while the election for the new ruler of Naboo was happening. Padmé did not know what she was going to do after the election. Chapter 2. Chancellor Palpatine visited Naboo to vote in the election. He also visited Padmé in the Lake Country to see what she was planning to do after. Padmé said she wanted to work to free slaves across the galaxy, especially on Tatooine. Palpatine revealed that Gunray's third trial ended in a hung jury, and he will stand trial again. After Palpatine left, Rabe, Sabe, and Padmé had lunch. Sabe said she would help Padmé in whatever endeavor she chose after her reign ended. Rabe announced the top music school in Theed had accepted her application. The other handmaidens were also on the terrace while they were eating. Panaka, Mariek, and some other guards were on the terrace as well. Sergeant Tonra interrupted their lunch with datapad in hand. Chapter 3. Tonra had the election results on the datapad. Sache was elected to the Planetary Legislative Assembly. The winner of the election and the next ruler of Naboo is Queen Relata. Relata had been queen for 1 term when Padmé and the handmaidens were young girls. Relata is not who any of them had voted for, though none of them conferred before voting. Irte is going to combine her art studies with the Gungans and work on algae production to increase farming output on Naboo. Yane has selected a house to buy. Yane and Sache are going to live together and plan on taking in some of the orphans that had lost their families during the Trade Federation occupation. Irte decided she would keep her name and not go back to her birth name in respect for the last 4 years they all shared together. Chapter 4. Padmé's last day as queen, she accepted Quarsh Panaka's resignation and promoted Mariek and Tonra to captain. She also promoted Gregor Typho, Mariek's nephew, to sergeant. He had fought in the Battle of Naboo and lost an eye. Padmé and Relata took part in the transfer of power ceremony. Governor Bibble congratulated Sache on her election victory. Relata has requested that Padmé become Naboo's next galactic senator. Chapter 5. Mariek and Typho will accompany Padmé in the Senate. The handmaidens, Mariek, Typho, and Tonra, have come up with 3 potential candidates to be Padmé's handmaidens for her time as senator. They have decided the new handmaidens do not need to look like Padmé, just be trustworthy and loyal, as well as have some combat usefulness. Sabe will go to Tatooine with Tonra and try to carry on Padmé's mission of freeing slaves. This is all I have for part 1 of Queen's Shadow. For whatever reason, I guess not really for whatever reason, these are good books. I really enjoy the Padmé backstory books. They're a lot more entertaining and descriptive than I expected. And I've enjoyed hearing the stories of all these characters. And I'm glad that there's another book that is doing that yet again, but this time in the Senate. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Part 2 will be later next month, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.